Let it be known this is one of the hardest pictures known to man, but that's really neither here nor there. Let's get this bread SSG. Okay, we're talking about the talent announcement finally for the Six Invitational, and we're also waiting for some reason on the co-streamer list, the watch party list. I can't fathom why it's taken so long to release it. Maybe it's still being finalized, so that's a little bit weird for the day before the event. Right here is the talent lineup, and there are so many people here. It might look a little bit bigger because I think a lot of times they don't put the observers on here, but I mean, good for them to be recognized. So, I mean, let's just start from left to right. The two hosts will be Milosh and Jackie. I assume, I don't know, they'll like have two desks or something, two desks going. They'll have two streams going for a considerable portion of the event, at least the groups, right? So I guess it'll be Milosh on one desk and then Jackie on the other desk. And also I'm assuming it'll default to Milosh once it goes down to just the one stream, but we'll have to see. And then in terms of commentators, we have 8 commentators making up 4 different duos: Intero and Pengu, Dezichu and Ace of Pyrite, Fluke and Hap, and then Blue and Stokes. So I mean, this is pretty much what you expect to be here. These are the premier casting duos. Of course, the Intero Pengu one is rather new, but you know why. And then, right, let's move on to the analysts. So Jess, Dev Marta, Caliber Jacob, Fast Ann, Fresh, XR Troika, Jesse Chick, and Demo. Most of this is pretty expected. It's a little bit weird, not even like weird, but maybe just slightly unexpected for Demo and XR Troika to be analysts here, but I suppose they wanted them in on the event and they already had as many commentators as they cared to have. These guys usually are casters, but they do some amount of analysis as well. So they're here, and then Jesse and Jacob from the NA desk, then Jess and Jess and Fresh, right, from EU, and then Anne has also been doing coverage in EU, especially for like the closed qualifier, and she did some other thing. I'm blanking on what it was though. And then Dev Marta coming in from APEC. So it's good to see representation from all of the regions, and these guys all usually do a pretty good job. So 8 commentators and 8 analysts, so they'll be divided amongst the 2 streams, I guess. And I'm not sure who's going to take precedence over whom once it comes down to just the final stream, once they get deep into the bracket and whatnot. And then finally over here we have 3 observers, Cyano, Medics, and Easy. And my understanding is these are just the 3 premier observers in Europe. And so here they are. And then Seltzer, I don't really know who this is, but I guess she's been doing some amount of Siege content or whatever recently, and so post day show host. So I guess she's doing some amount of the content for the event. Okay, and that pretty much does it for I guess all of the talent. I mean, I talked about all of them, right? A few notable people that aren't here. I guess the biggest one is probably Veli. He's now doing Call of Duty, I think is his main thing, and so he won't be here. And I guess I mean they have 2 pretty good hosts here anyways. And then I don't know, maybe if you're wondering about Geo, but I guess she hasn't been around for a little bit in Siege. She's been doing like Valorant and stuff. And then, well, I mean, Kickstar, and you all know what the deal with that is. Very unfortunate. And okay, so I think that's pretty much it for the talent thing. And I mean, since I'm doing a video, I thought I'd just show this anyways. Right, these are just some stats that let's see who it was. Analyzes R6 who put this up. So taking a look at this and what he posted, he was doing the top 10 rating, but this is the ratings for all the top 50 players at SI. Of course, there are 100 players, given that there are 5 players per team, 20 teams. And so here's the top half, all the way down to a 1.1 rating. I guess this is lifetime, all T1 stats. I'm not 100% sure what all it consists of, but I was right. It's not, it's not solely to brag. I do think this is all interesting to look at, and you can go to his Twitter page and look at this on your own if you want, or feel free to pause it. It might be a little bit small on your screen. Might have to zoom in, or again, if you can't zoom in, go to the actual Twitter page. And here is Yas, number 1 highest rated player in the world, but does it list the actual number of maps played? 160, whereas Palu is at almost 340. But I guess Yas, the bulk of that 160 is not international. So when I was talking about that CGG list of the top 10 players by rating, they had to have at least 50 international maps played, and so I guess 50 of his 160 are not, but these stats are incredible. And I thought the gap might be a little bit wider between him and Palu, but I guess not, just 0.02 rating. And then, I mean, going down the line, Palu is much more positive on differential, but, with Yas only having half as many kills, and it's pretty close. Like Palu has about twice as many kills, about twice as many deaths, and then this is about equal. Yeah, it's pretty close. Opening kills is about double opening death. Yeah, they have very similar stat lines. And a lot of them you're just like doubling when it comes to raw numbers, and then like KPR very similar, survival rate similar. Just all the stats down the line, cost, everything. It just looks pretty similar all down the line. Expected performance, I'm not sure what the calculation for this is. Palu's is a little bit higher. And so is that expected performance for the event? I don't know. But, I just thought these stats were cool, and I thought I'd show them off since I didn't have too much else to really talk about in the video. I would have liked to talk about the co-streamer list, but since I don't even know for certain if it'll come out in a reasonable time today, I'm just gonna put out this video now, and I guess that pretty much does it. I guess we'll see what happens at the 6 Invitational. I'll do like recaps or something each day, most day, maybe not each day. Some amount of recaps, and I'll be watching a ton of the games. I hope you guys are too, and I hope we get to enjoy some good matches. So, all right, with all that being said, catch you in the next video.